Well, everyone, here we have it, the brand new MagSafe battery pack that Apple finally decided to bring back, but specifically for the iPhone Air. So let's unbox this thing, talk all about it, try it out with different devices, see what it's compatible with, see how fast it charges, and discuss if it's worth $100 and if it's worth getting with your iPhone Air. Let's get into it. But now, before we continue, if you enjoy videos like this one, consider subscribing to the channel, especially because now we have these hardware products trickling in that we're definitely going to get some first-hand impressions, some reviews in, and of course all the unboxings that go with it. So definitely get subscribed, but now let's unbox the actual iPhone Air battery and see what it's like. Well, alright everyone, like I said, here we have the iPhone Air battery, and just to let you guys know, this does retail for $99. So if you buy the iPhone Air for $999 and you want to add the MagSafe battery, you're now at $1099, which is technically the same price as the new iPhone 17 Pro. Just something to consider. But let's open this up, and this is what it looks like. It's got some decent weight to it, and you can see right here that you just have some imagery on how to use it, some instructions, but in typical Apple fashion, it's a nice and, premium unboxing experience. And I was a huge fan of Apple's MagSafe battery pack, their Lightning version, and I was so sad that they didn't bring it back right away. I really thought they would bring it back immediately, but I guess they decided not to. But here this is. We'll unwrap that in a second. You get some paperwork, no cable in the box. Again, they're just assuming you have everything you need. Classic Apple. You know what happens when you assume. But we put this off to the side, and the first thing you notice is that this thing is very thin. I mean, it's very, very thin, especially compared to the last one. But let's open it up. And on the back, it's kind of the classic, typical rubberized Apple material that we're so used to. It's kind of similar to what you see on the old Magic keyboards at least, that rubberized material. And it goes all the way to the front, or the back of it, I guess you would call it. And then it is very, very soft to the touch, very rounded off, very easy to kind of understand what's going on. You have your USB-C port on the bottom right here, which does support up to 20 watts of charging out, as well as 20 watts of charging in. And then in terms of how fast you're going to be charging your devices wirelessly, for the iPhone Air, again, this is specifically made for the iPhone Air, and we're going to try it with a couple different devices here, but it will charge your iPhone Air at 12 watts or up to 12 watts of speed, and it'll give you an additional 65% battery life on your iPhone Air. So the current iPhone Air is rated at 27 hours of video playback time. That's Apple's unit of measure when it comes to battery life. They're never going to give us milliamp hours, at least here in the US. I heard in Germany they actually give you the milliamp hours. But with this MagSafe battery pack, it's going to get you up to 40 hours of playback time. So we're saying up to 65% extra additional charge on an iPhone Air, and you kind of just slap it on here, and it is a nice and thin package. Now this is just a dummy iPhone Air model that I've been having. We did order an iPhone Air. We should be getting it next Friday alongside everybody else. But this is what the package is going to look like. So when it is together, it still feels relatively slim, and I think it's because it's still not as wide as the iPhone Air itself, meaning that it does feel, and you're holding onto only the railings of the iPhone Air. If it reached all the way to the ends, then it would feel really thick. And here's my 16 Pro Max for comparison. So if I flip this over like this, you can see how much thinner it is compared to the iPhone Pro Max, even with the actual device. So if I hold it like this is probably the best representation of how thick or slim it is. When it is together, it will be thicker, obviously, than the normal 16 Pro Max. We'll see exactly how much thinner or thicker it is than the 17 Pro Max, but just to give you an idea, that's what it looks like. Now, the question is, will this work on other devices? Because Apple has said a million times already that this is for the iPhone Air. If you go to Apple's compatibility list and see what this is compatible with, it's only compatible with the iPhone Air. So let's remove it from here. And of course, the biggest gripe here is that the MagSafe magnets aren't going to align because of the camera bump. So if I try to put it on here, it says MagSafe battery packs, iPhone can charge to approximately 90%. Oh, okay. So something is happening here. It is charging my 16 Pro Max. As you can see, here's this notification that says iPhone can charge to approximately 90% while using a MagSafe battery pack. And you can see that there is a widget right there. Maybe I should charge this thing a little bit to see if we get some additional charge here. So if I plug this in, it is charging. The MagSafe battery pack is charging as well. So you do get a little bit of power already on the MagSafe battery pack. When you do pull it out of the box, they probably recommend, hey, charge it right away or something like that. But you can see that it does work. It's just I wonder where the magnets line up. So if you hold it sideways, it does lock into place. If you do hold it in the normal portrait mode, then yes, it will be difficult to actually line it up because it won't stay on there. But here, it seems to have a strong connection, as you can see. It's not going to shake off. But that is going to be the MagSafe battery pack. It physically connects to these other ones. You can see here that I can't really find the actual MagSafe magnets or anything like that, but you can tell that you do get a little indicator here when it is charging itself, which is good to see, so you are aware that it is charging. So if I remove it, you can see that there is that little light indicator that it is charging, and that is the only light indicator that you have. Everywhere else is pretty minimal. There's no branding aside from the Apple logo, and then some verbiage down here. I did bring some other MagSafe battery packs that I have, like this one's by Raycon. This is a 5,000 milliamp hour one. Again, very, very slim. And then this one is by Kyuksu. This is their solid state battery, so this one is a little bit thicker, but this one is much longer, and the footprint is roughly the same. But just to give you guys some comparisons, and then I did want to bring this Samsung Fold 7 to see if I can actually connect this one too. And I think that the camera bump is just going to be way too far down for this to even work. Yeah, so there's no magnets that are attaching there. But one more thing that I did want to show off, let's try to connect it again. It locks into place. This should turn off when it is charging. As you can see, it does turn off. And you can also see that I am charging. The MagSafe battery pack does show up in your widget. And that's all that there is to it. So it's just a normal MagSafe battery pack. It will work with other iPhones technically. It just won't physically fit that well. You know, to each their own. Is it something that you absolutely need with the iPhone 17 Air or the iPhone Air that's not a 17? Maybe. It just depends on how much you're going to use it and how true that 27 hours of video playback time is according to Apple. Again, that is the same rating that the iPhone 16 Pro has. The iPhone 16 Pro, for me, the way that I use the iPhone 16 Pro is not an all-day phone, but I am video recording a lot. I'm pushing it to the limits. And for most people running a non-beta software or regular public software, the iPhone 17 or 16 Pro battery will get you through the entire day. So the iPhone Air technically should get you through a whole day, but of course we're going to have to test that in the future. But that'll do it, everybody. Leave some questions down below about what you want to see with the iPhone Air. We will be getting one. I'm really excited for that form factor just because I've been playing with this dummy model. And the dummy model itself has kind of shown me that, hey, I think a thin phone has a place in most people's pockets. But to each their own. Let's find out exactly how this works, how it sells, and we'll figure it out from there. But that'll do it for this video, everybody. If you made it to the end, leave a little dolphin. If you want to watch more videos like this, check out one of these videos right here. Until next time, I'm Fernando. Peace, everyone.